Welcome everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining the class. Today, objective will be the possessive or to cover the possessive pronouns, okay? And I'm pretty sure that we have already seen this previously, but it's just like a reminder, okay? Which are the possessive pronouns? Do you remember what is it, a possessive pronoun? Recordamos, ¿alguien recuerda lo que son los pronombres posesivos?
Como her, his.
Very good, excellent. Es como her, como his, como them, etc. Very good. So let's start then by reading this conversation. It is a reading or it's a conversation between Lucas, mom, Alicia, and his dad. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna read it, the first part, and then you're gonna let's try to do some role plays. Okay, so I'm gonna read it completely just to make sure that we have understand every single word. Okay, does everyone have their things ready for me to pack? Yes, mom, those are my things over there. Great, but whose backpack is this? Is that? Alicia, is that yours? Yeah, it's mine. I have a guidebook and the map in here. And those sneakers are these? And whose sneakers are these? I'm sorry. They are yours, Lucas. Are they yours, Lucas? No, those sneakers are hers. I don't wear pink sneakers, mom. Oh, I'm sorry. And whose tickets are these? They're yours, mom. That has Lucas tickets. Do I? Are you sure? Do I thought I only had to remember my wallet and my camera? Remind me not to go on vacation next year. Let me correct this. Next year. Okay, good. So first, do we have any problems about vocabulary?
No.
No. What is the meaning of sneakers?
Tennis. Tennis.
Tennis, very good. What else? No, I don't think, I think we don't have any problems with vocabulary. I think everything is clear. Now, what is it the conversation about? Where are we?
¿Están como en un aeropuerto o algo así?
Está en un aeropuerto. What else? ¿Qué más se imaginan? ¿Dónde podemos estar? ¿Qué es lo que está sucediendo?
Están a punto de hacer paracaidismo, ¿no?
A punto de hacer paracaidismo. I don't know.
No
Not
están
really.
hablando bueno, de sneakers de tenis,
Ya.
como si hubieran olvidado cuántos sneakers llevan, ¿no?
No, not really. Okay. Okay, let's read the first sentence. It says, dice la mamá, does everyone has their things ready for me to pack? Okay. ¿Qué es lo que realmente está preguntando la mamá? ¿Qué es lo que está preguntando?
Que si tienen todas sus cosas listas para que ella empiece a empacar.
Very good. So where do you think we are?
Pues están en su casa todavía.
And then what's going on?
I'm not sure.
If she is asking for the things ready to pack, what do you think what's going to happen then?
They're going to have, bueno, vacations, pero ahí no dicen a dónde.
Yeah, exactly. They don't say where, but they are going to somewhere, somewhere, right?
Yeah.
They're probably going on vacations because they say, Alicia says, I have my guidebook and my map. Then the father saying, I thought I only had to remember my wallet and my camera. So probably they're on a trip. They're going to a trip, right? A lo mejor se van a ir a un viaje, ¿no? And exactly, they're on their house. They're getting ready to pack. They're getting like everything ready to travel to somewhere else, right? Because they're talking also about some tickets. Okay, so let's move on then. And okay, so what do we have the possessive in here? We already know, or you have already mentioned that that you know something about possessive, right? Ya dijimos que conocemos algo sobre los posesivos. ¿Y dónde podemos aquí encontrar algo que nos determine los posesivos, como los tuyos, los míos, los suyos, etcétera?
First one, their things.
Very good. Everyone have their things. See, everyone have their things. Let me highlight it. Their things. Very good. What else? ¿Dónde más tenemos más posesivos?
Yours,
Uh-huh.
Yours. Very good. Where else?
Hers and Lucas.
Lucas. Hers. Very good. What else?
Upstairs. Yours too.
¿Dónde, perdón?
Upstairs. Are there yours, Lucas?
¿En Lucas? ¿Lucas lo dice?
No, Mom.
Are they yours? Very good. What else?
ours, Alicia, the yours,
Very good. What else?
my. Those are my things.
Very good. Could be yes. Those are my things. Bueno, sí, porque le dice que son mías. Very good. ¿Y cómo preguntamos un posesivo?
Whose?
Sorry?
Whose?
Whose. Very good. And we find whose everywhere, right? Whose backpack is this? Oh, we are missing one possessive. It is mine. And then we have another whose sneaker are these? Okay. Whose tickets are these? And that's it, I think. Okay. So we're seeing that we have the question word to ask a possessive, right? Who ask the possession of something, right? Whose backpack is this? Whose ticket are this? Whose sneaker are this also, right? Very good. And we have, again, the possessive as their, yours, mine, etc., right? So let's move on. Let's move on. Oops. And we have here, we use whose to ask about a possession. And we use a possessive pronoun to answer about possession, ¿ok? Entonces, la pregunta que formulamos para saber de quién es la posesión de algo es whose, o utilizamos el whose. Y utilizamos un possessive pronoun to answer, para contestar sobre la posesión de algo, ¿ok? Possessive pronouns are not used with nouns, ¿sí? Los posesivos no los utilizamos con los nouns. We often use these, that, and these, and those with whose, ¿sí? Generalmente utilizamos este, eso, aquello, aquellos con el whose, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, ¿de quién es esto? ¿De quién es aquello? ¿De quién es esos? ¿De quién es aquellas o aquellos? Right? Do we have the difference between this and this, for instance? ¿Conocemos la diferencia entre this and this?
Yes.
Yes, what is the meaning of? ¿Cuáles son los significados? En español.
This es singular y this es plural.
Very good. Y, okay. And what's the difference between that and those?
Es esto y sería como aquello, ¿no?
Very good. So, we have this and that, okay, and this and those. This and that son los singulares. This and those son los plurales. ¿Sí? Ahora, this and this son este y aquel, ¿sí? Es sobre la cercanía, ¿no? Estos, los que están, this and that, son los que tenemos cerca y los que podemos tocar. Y este y estos, ¿ok? Ya me estoy confundiendo. Okay. This and this son sobre, I'm sorry, this and that. La diferencia entre ellos dos es que uno está cerca y otro está lejos, ¿sí? Y this and this son entre singulares y plurales, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, this es algo que tengo cerca y es singular, y this es algo que tengo cerca, pero es plural, ¿sí? Esos dos son sobre cercanía, que los tengo próximos. That and those son aquellos que están lejos y uno es el singular y otro es el plural. ¿Sí? Espero no haberlos confundido. ¿Okay? Very good.
No, profe, yo sí la entiendo.
Excellent, excellent. So whenever we have the question word whose, we usually use this, that, this, and those. Generalmente utilizamos como este, estos, aquel o aquellos, right? Y ya contestamos entonces con un pronombre posesivo, cual que sería es mío, es de ellos, es de ella, es de él, etc. For example, whose shoes are those? Okay, they're his. Whose suntan lotion is this? It is mine. ¿Sí? Y vemos entonces aquí la diferencia entre los plurales y los singulares y entre la cercanía y la lejanía. Okay. Questions about this? No, right? I don't think we have any question. Okay, so we have the possessive pronouns and we have the adjectives, okay? For example, my camera, we can say mine, okay? Your sneakers, we say yours. His wallet is his. Her sneakers are hers. Our tickets are ours. Your map is yours map. Yours, I'm sorry. Their tickets are there. Okay. Entonces tenemos aquí los pronombres posesivos que son mío, tuyo, suyo de él y suyo de ella, suyo de él de ustedes, ¿sí? Nuestro y otra vez suyo like theirs. Okay. Very good. Problems about possessive pronouns? Questions about possessive pronouns?
No.
No.
Okay. So, we have to be careful about their and their. Okay. Look at this. Tenemos que tener cuidado porque cuando pronunciamos suenan exactamente igual. Their and their. Okay. Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia entre their y their? Aquí abajo. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre their y their?
Es para decir que ellos son y
Ajá.
para el posesivo. Entonces es
Excelente.
como acortarlo, ¿no?
Exactamente, es una
O sea,
contracción.
no.
La primera es ellos son, ¿sí? Y la segunda es el posesivo, ¿no? They are y their, okay? The first one is the contraction of they are, and the second one is the possessive of they, okay? Their. Again, same thing about his and his, okay? One, it's he is, the contraction of he is, and the second one is the possessive pronoun, okay? Same case about whose and whose, okay? The first one is the question about possessive, who's this? Okay, and the second one is a contraction of who is, okay? Who is that? Who is he? I'm sorry. And who's this? Okay? La primera es para el posesivo y la segunda es para preguntar quién es, okay? Questions about? No questions, right? Whenever we write, cuando estamos escribiendo, eso puede ser sencillo, pero cuando estamos hablando, eso puede ser un poquito más de poner atención, ¿ok? De poner atención al contexto para saber qué es lo que nos está diciendo. Si nos está haciendo una pregunta acerca de una posición o si nos está preguntando acerca de quién es una persona. O igual si nos está hablando de la posición de ellos o si nos está describiendo a ellos, ¿ok? Questions, problems? No questions?
Yep.
All right. Let's have some practice then. Whose shoes is or are these?
Are.
Exactly. Whose shoes are these? Why? Because we are talking about this and we have already mentioned that this is plural, right? Estamos hablando de plurales, so we use are. Whose shoes are these? They're John. They belong to John. So we say they're yours, they're his, they're hers, they're mine. What?
Hers.
We're talking about John. Exactly, his. Then his. Very good. Whose suntan lotion this? These or are? Singular or plural?
Singular.
Okay, so we use what?
Is.
Very good. Whose suntan lotion is this? It is
Your.
yours. Okay. Very good. It is yours. Whose toothbrush? That.
Is.
Whose toothbrush is this? Is that? I'm sorry. It belongs to Christian. It is what? His, right? Very good. Whose guidebook? This.
Is.
Is, right? Whose guidebook is this? It belongs to John and me. So it is
Ours.
very
Ours.
good. It is ours. Whose ticket? This.
Are.
Excellent. Whose tickets are this? Because we're talking about a plural, right? So we are saying this. Whose tickets are this? Their,
Ours.
ours, they belong to Joe and Eddie.
There?
Theirs, right?
Ah,
Theirs. Very good. Whose passport this?
Is.
Oh, good. Whose passport is this? It belongs to me. So it is
Man.
mine. Very good. Excellent. We did it excellent. Very good. Okay, questions, problems?
No.
No questions, no problems? Very good. So let's move on to the next topic. And we will start talking about the present perfect now. Ay, chicas. No pueden ver la pantalla, ¿verdad?
No.
Ross, a ver. Ya se cayó esto. Okay, good. So let's move on to the present perfect. Now we have already seen possessive pronouns, so let's move on to the present perfect. Okay. Okay. So we need 2 volunteers. Two volunteers to read Lola and Richard.
Yo leo la de Lola.
Okay, good. Who wants to read Richard?
Yo leo la de Richard.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Richard, guess what? I won the lottery.
Are you serious? How much did you win?
Almost 2,000. I can't believe it.
Lucky you. Have you ever won before?
Yes, I have. Actually, I've won several times. What about you?
Oh, I have never won anything.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. So the rest of the class, what they're talking about? ¿De qué están hablando? A ver, el resto de la clase, ¿de qué fue la conversación?
¿Le está contando que se ganó la lotería?
Ok, very good. ¿Cuánto fue lo que se ganó?
2,000 pesos.
2,000, right? Very good. Excellent. Okay, and let's see what we have involved. Okay, veamos las oraciones o las frases que tenemos en negritas. I have won. I'm sorry. Have you ever won before? I've won several times. I've never won anything. Okay, what do they have in common? ¿Qué tienen en común?
Won.
Won, and what else?
Have.
Have, right? Very good. So they have in common the auxiliary or the verb as an auxiliary have, right? Tienen en común que en todas estamos utilizando el have y un verbo, right? Have won, have won. Okay, very good. So we are going to see that the verb have, we can also use it as an auxiliary or as a part of a tense. Okay, lo vamos a ver como parte de como si fuera un auxiliar o como parte de un tiempo verbal, ¿no? In this case, we're looking at the present perfect, and we're going to see that the present perfect, we use it to say that an action happened at some time before now, ¿sí? Vamos a utilizar el presente perfecto para hablar o referirnos de una acción que pasó, ¿sí?, en un tiempo antes que ahora, ¿sí? Okay. Also, the exact time, let me correct this, exact time, the exact time the action happened, it's not known or is not important. For instance, por ejemplo, the first both line, have you ever won before? Yes, let's say yes. I have won several times, okay? ¿Has ganado alguna vez antes? Sí, he ganado algunas varias veces, ¿sí? And let's see that we are talking about the past, right? Estamos hablando de eventos en el pasado. Even though the tense is called present perfect, we're not talking about the present. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about the past, okay? So, aunque se llama presente perfecto, no estamos hablando ni del presente ni estamos hablando del futuro. Estamos hablando de una acción en pasado, okay? And also, the exact time of the action, it is not known or it's not important, ¿sí? La acción de la que nos estamos refiriendo no es importante saber la fecha, ¿sí? O no es relevante o, pues sí, no tiene una fecha determinada. Let's see how she answered. Lola answered, yes, I have actually. I've won several times. When? We don't know. Okay? The exact time, we don't know. Okay? Sí, ella ha ganado algunas veces la lotería, pero la fecha exacta en las que ha ganado no lo dice o no lo sabemos. ¿Sí? And then she said, what about you? Oh, I've never won anything. Nunca he ganado nada. Pero no nos está refiriendo a una fecha específica, no nos está refiriendo a nada. ¿Sí? Entonces, we're going to use the present perfect to like describe or give more information about the past, okay? So we usually, when we usually talk about the past, we use obviously the past and we mention, when I was a kid, for instance, when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot of candies, okay? Cuando nosotros hablamos como sobre el pasado, nosotros usualmente decimos, cuando yo era niño, pues solía comer como muchos dulces, ¿no? Pero entonces ya te estás refiriendo como a una época precisa o una fecha un poquito más puntual. We use present perfect like to describe or to give more information about the past, but not giving some information. We just mention that it happened, it have happened in the past, but we don't mention when it happened, okay? Okay, so then we form the present perfect with the verb have plus the past participle, okay? Do we know the past participle? ¿Sabemos acerca del pasado participio? More or less. Do you remember that we have this table of verbs? ¿Se acuerdan que tenemos como una tabla de verbos? I think you already have. That we have in the first column, we have the present or the base form. The second column, we have the past. And in the third column, we have the present perfect. Okay, so we're going to form, or we're going to, to form the present perfect using the verb have in the base form. Vamos a formar el presente perfecto con el verbo have plus, en la forma base, ¿sí? Siempre va a ser have, plus the past participle, okay? So we can say, I have, if we see here, I have won, okay? Utilizando el pasado participio de ganar, I have won several times, okay? So this is the rule. We use the present perfect, or we form the present perfect using have plus the past participle, okay? And we also use the present perfect to mention that something happened in the past, but we don't know or we don't want to give details about when it happened. No queremos dar detalles de cuándo pasó, o los detalles de cuándo pasó exactamente no lo sabemos, okay? Very good. So we use the present perfect to say that an action happened at some time before, we have already said that the exact time of the action, oh, that is running. That the exact time of the action happened, it is not known or it's not important. And we form the present perfect with the verb have plus the past participle. Okay. And for example, whenever we have an affirmative sentence, we say, I or you have won the lottery many times. If we would say, we will have to say that in a negative way, we will say, no, or you have not or haven't won the lottery, right? And if we want to make the question, we can say, have you or have I ever won the lottery? A short answer will be yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Okay. Questions about how to transform affirmative to negative to questions to some short answer. Preguntas? No? Okay. Then we have the third person. Okay, so since we are using the verb have, we have to change according to the person. We have to make we have to match it with the person. Okay, so whenever we have the third person, he or she or it, we transform the have to has. Okay, we change to has. She has won the lottery many times, or she has not won the lottery, or has he or she ever won the lottery? Yes or no, she hasn't, okay, or she has. And the affirmative way for the plural will be the same as the you or as the I, okay? I have or I haven't, have you or haven't you, and the short answer will be the same. Yes, we and or they have or haven't. Okay. So questions about this? No questions?
No. No.
What's the meaning of ever?
Como alguna vez.
Very good. Es como alguna vez, right? So we say, since we're talking about the present perfect and the exact time in the past, we don't care. ¿Sí? We don't care about when it happened in the past. Como no nos importa, estamos hablando del pasado. Y como no nos importa exactamente cuándo pasó, utilizamos el ever or never, right? Por ejemplo, yo te puedo preguntar, ¿alguna vez has ganado? ¿Sí? O sea, no sé cuándo, no me importa a lo mejor la fecha exacta en la que has ganado, pero te pregunto, ¿alguna vez en tu vida, o sea, alguna vez antes, no importa cuándo, has ganado algo? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. No, I have never. ¿Sí? También, y podemos contestar con el never. No, nunca he ganado. ¿Ok? Por eso está en este caso mencionado o pues sí, puntualizado aquí el ever, porque como la fecha exacta del pasado no nos interesa es alguna vez, ¿sí? Alguna vez antes has ganado, yes or no, yes I have, no I haven't, never, okay? So let's move on. Questions about the present perfect?
No.
No questions? Okay. So we have already said that we form the present perfect with the verb have, or in this case as the auxiliary have, plus the past participle. We have two kinds of verbs, right? We have the regular verbs and we have the irregular verbs. The regular verbs in past participle is the same as the past. And it's pretty easy because we just have to add the ending, right? The ending on ed. For example, watch, we change it to watch it, okay? In the past participle as well as in the past. Stop, we change to stopped, okay? Very similar or the same as the past and the past participle. But what about the irregular verbs? What about the verbs that are not ending or we cannot add the ed? Some verbs we change it to the past participle. In the plus and the most commons are, for instance, be. That changed to being in the past participle. But what's the past of be? What is it the past of be? Del verbo to be, okay? Which is the past?
Was.
Was.
Right? Was or were, right? And the past participle will be been. What about go? Gone is a past participle, but what is it the past?
Went.
Went, right? Go, went, gone. Win, the past participle is won. But what about the past?
Same.
Same, right? Win, won, won. What about find? Which is the past?
Same, no?
Same, right? Find, found, found. Which is the past of give? The past. Simple
Gave.
past. Very good. Give, gave, and what's the past participle?
Given.
Very good. Given. Sí, ¿por qué no avanza? Given, right? What about take? Which is the past?
Took.
Take, took, and the past participle?
Taken.
Taken. About read?
Read. No.
Read, and read, right? What about cost?
Cost.
Cost is the what? The past or the past participle?
Past.
Cost, and it is the same, right? This is this is one of the verbs that doesn't change. It is cost, cost, and cost. Okay, what about cut?
Same. Cut.
Very good. It is the same. Another one that doesn't change. Drive, which is the past.
I
The
don't know.
past drove, and the past participle.
Driven.
Very good. Grow,
Grew.
grew, muy bien, and the past participle.
Grown.
Grown, right? Rise,
Rise.
and the past participle.
Rise.
No, actually both are incorrect. It is rise, rose, and rosen. Okay, very good. What about throw?
Threw.
Okay, and the past participle.
Thrown.
Thrown, very good. Hold,
Hold.
hold, okay, and the very good. Hold, health, and health. Okay, build, ting, ting, ting. Build, and build. Okay, it changed in this case just the ending from D to T. Okay, are those who change just the ending. Okay, okay, very good. Besides you, aparte de ti, does someone else knew the past and the past participle? Además de ella, alguien se sabía ya los pasados y los pasados participios, o todavía tenemos como problemitas con ellos? I know this is a memory, that's just a memory thing, okay? Es una cosa que te tienes que memorizar, and there's no other way than practicing, okay? So no hay otra manera de hacerlo que pues, practicando. Besides you, does someone else knew, sabía ya los pasados y los pasados participios? Se va a decir que no, ¿eh? ¿No? Ok, se los pregunto para subirles una tablita con los pasados y los pasados participios y que pues la tengan a la mano porque vendrán preguntas y tanto en quizzes como en el examen parcial y que puedan pues consultarlos. Okay? Very good. Let's review then what's the meaning of these verbs. Vamos a revisar significados, okay? What's the mean? Not de todos, porque I'm pretty sure that we already know most of them. But what about rise? What's the meaning of rise?
Subir.
Subir? What else? What else could be? What else can we express with rise? Aparte de subir, okay? For instance, when I say, raise your hand who lives in Guadalajara. What's the meaning of rise? Ajá, como levantar, ¿no? Levantar la mano o alzar la mano. If you want to say alzar la mano, raise your hand, okay? And raise your hand, for instance, those who were raised in Mexico City. What's the meaning of the second rise? Raise your hand who were raised, those who were raised in the United States. What's the meaning of the second rise? Do you understood the question? ¿Entendieron la pregunta? For instance.
Se refiere al que está a un lado de.
No, not really. For
Right.
instance, I was raised in Guadalajara. When I was a kid, I was raised in Guadalajara.
Vivir.
Vivir. What else? For instance, my parents raised me in Guadalajara.
Como criar.
Aumentó.
Exactly, es criar, ¿ok? Como me crié en Guadalajara o pues sí, tal cual me crié en Guadalajara, ¿no? Levanten la mano, por ejemplo, ¿quién se crió? Les preguntaba, ¿no? Raise your hand who were raised in Los Ángeles, por ejemplo. Levante la mano el que fue criado en Los Ángeles o levante la mano el que fue criado en México, la Ciudad de México, ¿ok? Rise, criar, ¿ok? And also we can say this tree is, or this plant is rising. What's the meaning of rise? This plant is rising up.
Creciendo.
Está creciendo. Muy bien, very good. So rise, we can express many things with this verb, okay? Rise, it can means levantar, subir, criar, crecer, okay, etc. So this is a very interesting verb in English because in Spanish we can express a lot of things, okay? We can express el rise de donde te creaste, el rise de una planta, el rise de levantar la mano, el rise de levantar una cosa, un objeto, etc. Okay, so this is a very good, a very interesting verb. What's the meaning of throw?
Aventar.
¿Cómo?
Lanzar.
Lanzar, very good. Let's not confuse throw with through, okay? No hay que confundir el lanzar con el atravesar, okay? Through, atravesar, throw, lanzar, very good. What's the meaning of hold?
O sujetar.
Sujetar, very good. Sí, es prácticamente sujetar o sostener algo, ¿no? Hold this, please. Sosténme esto. Hold this for a second, okay? Es como sujetar o sostener durante un segundo. Very good. Okay, let's see if we have something else or we can move on. Okay. Let's make the question and answer it. Let's try to build the question according to the information, and let's try to answer. It says the first sentence, ever find a bill of 100. How can we make a question using the present perfect?
Have you ever find a 100 bill?
Almost perfect. Okay. Have you ever found? Okay. Let's do not forget about changing the verb to the past participle. So we say, have you ever found 100 bill? Have you ever found 500 pesos in the 500 pesos bill in the street? ¿Alguna vez han encontrado un billete de 500?
No.
No.
Malas
I
veces.
have. Once I have. I have once. Una vez me encontré un billete de 500. It was my very lucky day, I think. Very good. Next one. Ever eat Chinese food? How can we make the question? How can we
Have you ever ate Chinese food?
Very good. Have you ever eaten? Okay, let's do not forget about changing to the past participle. Have you ever eaten Chinese food? Have you ever eaten Chinese food?
Yes.
Yes, I have, right? Let's try to use as well the same auxiliary in the answer. Hay que utilizar también o intentar utilizar todo el tiempo el mismo auxiliar con el que nos están preguntando. En este caso, have, okay? So the answer will be yes, I have, or no, I have never eaten, right? Very good. Next one, ever work in a cafe? What would be the question?
Have you ever worked?
More or less. Have you ever worked? Okay, worked. The past participle is those that are easy. Desde de los verbos regulares. Work es un verbo regular. Okay. Have you ever worked in a cafe? Yes, I have. And have you? Have you ever worked in a cafe?
I have.
Yes, you have. Where? In which cafe? ¿En cuál café trabajaste? Okay, whatever. Let's move on. Para terminar. Ever visit another country? How
Have
can
you
we?
ever visited
Very
another-
good, very good. Have you ever visited another country? Yeah, okay. This is a regular one. And have you ever visited another country besides United States? Have you ever visited another country?
Yes, I have.
Excellent.
No, I
where,
haven't.
where do you go?
Cuba?
Oh, is it beautiful?
Yes.
Excellent, good. Ever seen an elephant?
Have you ever seen an elephant?
Very good. Have you ever seen, right? Because we're changing to the past participle. And I'm pretty sure we have all have, okay? And finally, ever watch Ugly Betty?
Have you ever watched Ugly Betty?
Very good. Have you ever watched Ugly Betty? and it is regular, right? So let's don't forget that we have to change the verb to the past participle in order to talk about the present perfect. Okay, present perfect, we use have plus the past participle of the verb. Very good. Okay. I don't know what is that. Okay. Okay, let's have some break. Tomemos un break de 10 minutos. ¿Les parece bien si nos vemos aquí a las, es más, a las 10:15 nos vemos de regreso para continuar el tema y, perdón, para continuar para continuar el tema y los veo aquí en un ratito, ¿sale? Tomemos un break de unos minutos para ir al baño o tomar un vaso con agua, ¿sale? Los veo aquí de regreso a las 10:15. Les voy a cerrar la sesión.